Back to the no cash bail issue here. What are some, or at least one of the most striking examples of where you think that this law has failed and led to the continued victimization of communities?
Well, I can speak to a incident in my district specifically that is, hit the news. We have Trinity Balin, a 4-year-old girl, dead. Her parents accused of murder. Allegedly, there was drugs possibly containing fentanyl within arm's reach, and the poor little girl passed. The parents were initially arrested, but then released under the Safety Act, under the pretrial fairness, because a judge here in Will County decided that they were not a harm to other people in the community, which I find appalling. Now they're sitting in the comfort of their own homes here in Homer Glen with ankle monitors on, getting credit for 4 times served as they await trial. I mean, that doesn't speak of justice. That doesn't. I mean, this poor little girl has no voice, and so that's why I want to bring stories like this to the forefront and how detrimental this actual act is.
Representative, what does this do to police morale?
Oh, it's absolutely in the toilet. And since the Safety Act has been passed, there have been resignations and retirements through the roof. I spoke on the House floor about this. Naperville, the second largest city in Illinois, is having recruitment and retention problems. They can't get young people to take their police test. And what does that do? That then officers are working longer hours. The streets are less safe. They're undermanned. I mean, this is, as I said before, we need to bring this back. Let's do it the right way. Let's get it right this time. Republicans and Democrats in the same room. And I mean, the people of Illinois deserve that.
Let's stick with law enforcement a little bit here and the morale of law enforcement in Chicago. I think they have like a shortage of around 2,000 police officers in the city. I don't know how it is in your department where you serve, but do you see that similarly? And if that is the case in Chicago, why do you think there's apprehension from local officials there to cooperate and maybe get some assistance when it comes to conducting domestic law enforcement by use of maybe the National Guard?
Yeah, I'm not really understanding that. As you know, as a police officer that's been in law enforcement for over 20 years, any help that we can get to help deter crime is a net positive. This isn't a Republican issue. This isn't a Democrat issue. Public safety is an everybody issue. And I don't understand why. And I'm not going to speak for the Chicago police. They have an absolutely fantastic union. Lodge 7 is great. President John Catanzara and their group have been extremely supportive of me. And I don't know if they actually have a stance on that. I will let them, decide whether the National Guard fits in with whether it's a deterrent. In DC, it seems to be that they're working in conjunction with their federal partners and the DC Police Department. If that works here in Chicago, and that's what the FOP union wants, then I'm all on board for it. But me speaking personally, as a police officer, all the help that you can get to help deter crime and keep our citizens safe, I mean, we'll take every little piece of it.
And just to kind of circle back to the conversation about no cash bail and the state senator Robert Peters, for instance, he says that this is not genuine, that your concerns about Illinois ending cash bail is not genuine and is not going to take serious what you guys bring forward. What's your response to a Democrat like State Senator Robert Peters, who seems to want to just put that brick wall up?
Not genuine. Why don't you speak to the sister of Trinity Balin? Greg, you were down there when we did our press conference with Jennifer Boss, whose daughter Megan was reported missing for nearly 2 months and was later found in the backyard of an illegal alien in a garbage can filled with bleach. Her body's so decomposed they couldn't even. I mean, these stories are horrific, absolutely horrific. And I would just circle back and say to Senator Peters, talk to the victims because they're out there, they're real. And, you know, people like Jennifer Boss who have said, I can't sleep at night. I have no peace. I feel like justice has not been served.
Well, especially when, the individual in that particular crime hid the body for 50 plus days and was arrested for concealment, but was let out, no cash bail. You can see how that kind of can compound a victim's grief and just fear and loneliness that they may feel in that moment. Representative Patrick Sheehan, greatly appreciate you taking the time and hitting on these issues. We'll definitely be talking again in the near future, all right?
Thank you, Greg.
It's Illinois in Focus Daily. Wake up with us each and every weekday morning here for more Illinois in Focus Daily with the Center Square.